What's up, guys? This is Megamind FX. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning I just want to give you guys a breakdown of my EURUSD trade this morning, my EURUSD buys this morning. Alright, before I get right into it, I just want to say that I woke up this morning to a massive dump of around, let's see, of around 200 pips plus on EURUSD. And then my buys on this level was taken out, which is fine. I just woke up and I saw the dump. I was expecting the sell around NY yesterday or even in London, but we didn't get that in London, we didn't get that in NY, and unfortunately for me, that dump happened in Asia. Unlike Asian sessions that always give us the range, or that it's like rangy price action. We had over a 200 pips move, and of course that was aided by the US elections, and we had that massive move on Euro USD and across every other pair. We also had that affect the Bitcoin rose from around 69k to over 75k this morning, which was very, like, it's very amazing to have that kind of moves, but unfortunately that move came in around Asian session. So that is that for that. So we're going to be doing a quick breakdown on EURUSD. Before I get into it, please guys, like my YouTube channel, share it, subscribe on this YouTube channel. Most of you watch these videos and do not subscribe. Help me get me to 1k so that I can be coming here on live sessions, sometimes in NY, to just give you like an overview of what the market is going to be doing, and most likely take live trades with you guys. Get me to 1k and let's do this. I beg you guys, I know we can do this. Please get me to 1k so we can be doing this often times. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Welcome. So what did I see this morning before buying? So I had these levels in mind, but before I go into the buys, let me tell you why I sold during NY yesterday. So I was here, was it? Yeah, I think it was here. It was around this point. We had price at this level during NY. Then I also had this in mind, this point in mind. So this was like these were the areas I was looking for the sell yesterday. So on the H1, let's go down to the H1. So on the H1 we had these on the H1. So we had these on the H1. Alright, before the zones, I was looking at this to get in on the sell, which I got in on the sell, but obviously I had a break even, and it was already late into my trading time. So this was around let's see, this was around 4 p.m. my time. So it was almost close to my trading session. Like that's like around the time I close from trading NY sessions. So I got in on this sell, obviously on the in 5 minutes I got in on this sell. So what did I see here? I just want to show you guys how I got in on this sell. So I got in on this sell during the NY. So I got in on this sell. After price came here, I got in on this sell. Alright, it was at this point I got in on the sell. So in my usual 4 pips, I guess, yeah, my 4 pips I got in on the sell. What's going on here? Okay, so I got in on this sell. I was expecting these lows to go, and price, I was expecting these lows to be taken, and price coming for all of this liquidity build up around this point. So I was waiting for price to do that, and obviously price didn't do that. I held it full volume. I didn't take anything out of it. This was like a 5-hour trade. I didn't take. I was actually aiming for these levels, for price to come into this level so that I can take partials. But price came back and took me out of this trade, and then I took an L around this point. That was when I knew I wasn't going to have my sell. My sell wasn't going to come at NY, so I had to leave the sells. Then so I was waiting for my confirmation to get in on another sell opportunity, because I really know that price was building liquidity on this level. So this for me was, sorry, let me get that out of the way. This for me was liquidity. So I was expecting price to sell from this point and take this liquidity, then come into something here in this gap so that we can look for our buys, obviously. But that didn't happen. So that didn't happen. I decided to let the sells go. Then on the H1, I wanted to get in on this when it came right into this point, but it was outside my trading session. I mean, this was outside. It was a very, very clean setup. So I didn't think price was even going to take, well, price was going to give us a massive reaction. So what I thought was, okay, this morning, if I have my confirmation for the sell at this level, I'm just going to take the re-entries. Yeah, so just going to take the re-entries down to these levels, so that was my plan. So I just woke up to a massive dump on EURUSD. So this was around, if I had gotten on this trade with my 5 pip stop, my usual 5 pip stop, let's get that. Sorry, 5 pips. I got in with a 5 pip stop. For 5 pip stop, I mean, this is massive. This is like a 46-hour over the night. Amazing. But obviously I didn't get in on this one, and I didn't want to just dwell on that. So this morning I looked at price. I said, okay, what are we doing? What do we have here? So price obviously took out all of this liquidity here, and on the higher time frame, yeah, on the H4 we had all this liquidity being taken. Like, I mean, all this liquidity being swept by the news. So I was looking for something that I could obviously get in on the higher time frames. So if you go to like your daily, this is like your daily buy to sell, so looking for the daily range to trade from, so I was just looking at, okay, what has price done? Price has swept this liquidity obviously, and all of these internal liquidities here, and price came for this guy here. Sorry, my drawing is very bad, so let me do that again with 2. So price came for this liquidity here on the H4. So cool. But meanwhile, there's something I always look out for when price is taking multiple liquidities. People in my community know about that, so I'm just going to give you guys that for free. I'm looking for a H1 candle close. Yeah, so H1 candle close for me gives me a kind of an idea of momentum, kicking into the markets. So that's what this stuff does for me, and we've traded this, we've caught amazing moves just using that alone as a confluence. So I wouldn't share what I do around that. So of course I saw how price closed bullish on the H1 at this level after the sweep of this transactional liquidity on the daily. So if you go on to your daily, you find out that price had swept like multiple liquidity on the daily. It has swept this transactional liquidity on the H1 and H4. All these liquidities were taken. So already we had a bullish candle close at this point. So what do I want to do now? This bullish candle close indicates for me the like momentum stepping into the market. So what do I want to do at this point? So just go on to my lower time frames. But meanwhile, before I do that, what I usually do is, as soon as we had this liquidity being swept and this liquidity being swept, I just go on to my 1 minute straight up, one minute straight up. And on my 1 minute, what do I want to see? I just want to see that shift. Just want to see that shift in momentum at this point. So, and I forgot to tell you guys that because of this massive dump, there's volatility in the market. So you wouldn't get in on trades with very little stop, because the volume is still much intense in the market. So if you look at this move from this point, you find out that you're having 13 pips, 20 pips on a single candle, like a single 1 minute candle. That's crazy. So I didn't want to jump in on this one with say 3-4 pips because I know there's volume right now. So all I want to do is to be reasonable with my stop losses and then allow the trade to run. So cool. Just when I saw that being swept, I saw my confirmation at this level. Then I hopped in right at this point. I guess with an 8 pip stop. No, sorry, I think at this point with my 8 pip stop that covered this candle. Yeah, so this was what I did. And then my first target was this guy, because my first target was this levels. This is my first target. My first target is that guy. I mean, reasonably. That was what I was looking at, taking my first target. But then I knew that price was going to, of course, this was like from this point that we got in here to this point, this is like 70 pips move. I was like, come on, 70 pips move on a London session. That's massive. So I had to pull out some reasonable partials at this level. So which was around 8R at this point. So I pulled out major partials at this point, 70 pips move, because my target obviously was this point here. This was my major, this is like my target. Let's go on to the H1 so that I can see that very clear. So this is my major target. So this is my reasonable first TP, but then this is the target for the buy. So I looked at it and I looked at it very well. If we are going to be targeting that from where we got in, it's going to be like say, what's happening here? We're going to be targeting that point. It's going to be like 158 pips. Come on, I don't know, but price could do that, but I am not expecting that now. So it could. I'm not saying we cannot get there today. We can, and I want it to get there today, but it is only reasonable for me to get in at this level and take partials at 8R. I'm not looking for the 40R, the 100R moves and all of this stuff. It's beautiful, but it's not realistic, yeah, for intraday traders like us, so like I said, this would have been a beautiful 45R, just waking up from sleep, and you are 45R up in profit. That's massive. But then I wouldn't, because of this, want to now allow this to give me that 19R. I'm not greedy. I don't want to do that. It's very possible if we had a news event, I would anticipate that to happen, but for now this is a pure technical move. I'm not looking for the bazaar RR at this level at this time. So I partialed out at 8R, so I'm allowing the rest to run, and then I'm looking at price getting into these levels here so that I can look for, I know many of us wanted to get to this level, wanted to get to that levels to get in on the sell, which price can also do that, but I'm looking at these levels for my sell continuation. I know what I'm saying. I'm looking at that. If you're going to sell continue, this is the level I'm looking at for sell continuation, and also these levels. Obviously I'm going to look at sales continuation from these levels. So but that's that for my buys this morning, and let's see what NY gives us. If price is beautiful at NY, they're going to catch some good trades. If not, I'm just going to stay out of the market because there's so much volume in the market. Your usual 5 pips, 6 pips is no longer working at this point because it's going to be very, very tiny, and you have like a single 1 minute candle having the volume of around 8-9 pips. You're wondering what's happening. So these are the things you want to look out for. So you allow the market to stabilize, and then you can get in on very, very beautiful opportunities. So guys, this is it for me. And then what do I say at this point? What do I say at this point? Alright, before then, let me just show you guys on the weekly time frame. So expecting some level of buys into levels like this, and then we'll have like a continuation sell or something. So I'm not swinging the buys right now because it's obviously not, it hasn't given us that reason to swing the buys. So price is going to accumulate probably on the H1. We'll have some accumulation before we have like an expansion. So accumulation, manipulation, and expansion or something. So right now I'm not swinging the buys for now. I'm just only trading the pullback until I see price giving me like that, you know, that accumulation on the lower time frame like the H1 before I can swing my buys. So right now this is like the weekly time frame. So let's see what this level looks like on the weekly time, on the lower time frames, so that we can position ourselves for a beautiful sell position. So this is that level on the weekly time frame. So this is another level to look for yourselves if you like, but I'm going to wait for a very strong confirmation at this level to sell it. So let's see what it looks like on the H1. So you see that, so this is like the H1 highs. So price can come sweep this guy, and then we can have like a sell continuation, which is very, very, very possible. I mean very possible, I'm telling you. So I'm also looking at that too. Sorry, my drawing. I'm also looking at that too. Let me clear these drawings. So guys, this high is obviously a good point to look for, like a sell continuation or something, you know, sell continuation, something on the lower time frames. So I want to say something like this, say price coming to this level and then we start to drop. So if there's no liquidity taking, I'm not selling. Yeah, so I will allow price to its thing. I'm not selling. So let's watch what price does on these time frames, you know, and then take advantage of it. Price may most likely come into these levels, which aligns with our weekly EPA. So comes into this level, then we'll have like a sell, a massive sell to the downside, takes out more liquidity, then we can have our buys into levels like this. Remember this level I told you guys, you know, into levels like this, levels like this, and levels like this. So these are levels I'm looking for sell continuations. So let's pay attention to these levels, guys, and trust that we'll have beautiful reactions from them. Until next time, guys, it's bye for now. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.